When I moved into my first apartment at 22, I felt safe. It was a small second floor unit in a normal building. Nothing fancy, just 6 apartments, shared laundry in the basement, quiet neighbors, the kind of place where nothing ever really happens. The landlord gave me 2 keys. One for you, he said, one spare. I kept the spare in a kitchen drawer just in case. The first weird thing was small. I came home from work one day and my bathroom light was on. I was almost certain I'd turned it off that morning, but I shrugged it off. Maybe I was distracted. A few days later, I noticed my bedroom door was closed when I was sure I'd left it open. Again, not impossible, just odd. Then, the little things started piling up. My shampoo bottle slightly shifted, the toilet seat down when I always left it up, my couch pillow on the opposite side, all explainable, all small enough to doubt yourself. That's the worst kind of fear, the kind that makes you question your own memory. I even tested it once. Before leaving for work, I placed a kitchen chair at a strange angle in the middle of the room, pointed toward the TV, obviously out of place. When I got home, it was back at the table, neatly pushed in. I stood in the doorway for a long time. I didn't feel panic. I felt embarrassed, like I was about to accuse the world of something ridiculous. Maybe I'd moved it without thinking. Maybe I was stressed. I bought a cheap indoor camera the next day, set it up on a shelf facing the front door. Didn't tell anyone. The first 2 days, nothing happened. Then, on the third day, I got a motion alert while I was at work. My stomach dropped. I opened the live feed. The video showed my empty apartment. Still, quiet. I rewound. At 1:12 p.m., the front door handle moved, slowly. Then the door opened, just a few inches. Then, wider. A man stepped inside, calm, casual, like he lived there. He closed the door behind him. He wasn't wearing a mask. I recognized him immediately. It was my landlord. He walked through my apartment slowly, looked around, picked up my remote, opened my fridge, stood in my bedroom doorway for a long time, just standing there. Then he walked to the kitchen, opened a drawer, paused, closed it, took something from his pocket, placed it inside, then he left, locked the door behind him. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely breathe. I left work immediately and drove home. I didn't go inside right away. I just sat in my car and watched the building. Nothing looked wrong. Nothing looked dangerous. That almost made it worse. Finally, I went in. Everything looked normal until I opened the kitchen drawer. The spare key was gone. In its place was a different key, one I had never seen before. I moved out that night. Didn't confront him, didn't tell him I knew. I just left. A week later, I checked the camera one last time before returning it. There was one more motion alert from the day after I moved out. The landlord let himself in again, walked around, went straight to the kitchen drawer, opened it, stared at the key, and then he looked directly at the camera. Not surprised, not confused, just disappointed, like he'd hoped I wouldn't notice. I still think about something that chills me. He never forced the lock, which means he always had a key, which means he didn't need the spare. So, the question isn't how he got in. The question is, why did he replace my key? And how long had he been doing it? Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed tonight's story. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the next scary story.